A trip round the moor, well, it's what your heart's for. All that scenery, flora and fauna. You don't have to go far, in a bus or a car. From here, well, it's just round the corner. It was on such a hike, 'twas on foot, not a bike, I had a peculiar meeting. I was half up a tour, or perhaps a bit more, when I saw this great quadruped eating. You have guessed it, of course, was a bloody great horse, so big I let out a small whistle, and it rose its big head, and then clearly it said, "Do you mind, I am chewing a thistle. Can you give us some peace? Could you go away, please, and come back on another day?" I said, "Horse, you can talk." He said, "Who?" I said, "You." I said, "Say it again." He said, "Nay." I was dumbstruck, amazed. The horse didn't look fazed. He looked frankly decrepit and bony. Horse, did you speak?" He said, "You've got a cheek, because I'm not a horse, I'm a pony." Well, I froze in my tracks. I was shocked to the max, but I managed to breathe an apology. And though I was nonplussed, the beast didn't seem fussed. He said, "Mister, just use some psychology. You're out on a walk and you stop for a talk with one of the moor's famous residents. I don't stammer or slur, never never I am fluent without any hesitance. Meanwhile, you're all aflutter, you stammer and stutter. Your path should be clear, but it's stony. Of course I can talk. Oh, this thistle's all stuck. What's your name, by the way? My name's Tony." But I was struck dumb. The words just wouldn't come, because how could he answer my question? Yet Tony's clear verbiage, despite his chewed herbage, seemed only to aid his digestion. "Can all your friends speak?" It was more of a squeak than a properly stated request. He said, "Speak?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Shall we find out? Hop astride, jump aboard, be my guest. Let's locate the herd, and then let's have a word, or perhaps find a concealed ventriloquist." So I did as was bidden, though I'd never ridden. Was Tony a solo soliloquist? No time for suspicion, he'd warmed to his mission, and set off at more than a lick, determined to prove by the speed of his hoof that this pony had more than one trick. We ran at a rate, we jumped over a gate, so I clung for dear life to his mane. Then we stopped for a wee, 'neath a sycamore tree, and before long we'd set off again. But after we'd weed, he increased in speed. "Are we there yet?" I said. He said, "No." I said, "Please, can we stop, or just go clip-clop?" He said, "When?" I said, "Now." He said, "Whoa!" As he suddenly halted, I was catapulted right over the head of this beast, and me head hit a rock, and me mind went amok. Then suddenly consciousness ceased, and when I came to, I thought, could this be true, or is it just mental baloney? I thought, no, I am mad. I've quite clearly been had. Bony Tony, the pony's a phony. But as I found me feet, checked that I was complete, something really peculiar occurred. I looked round at the scene over Dartmoor so green, and I saw that the scene was the herd. 50 ponies, perhaps more, 'neath a brooding great tor, and all of them threadbare and rugged. They all looked like Tony, all brown, all were bony. I thought to myself, well, I'm buggered. They all look the same, but if I shout his name, they'll all run away, certain sure. So I dust myself down, work out which way's to town, and then bid farewell to the moor. But as I turn round, I think I hear a sound of a voice saying, "Well, cheerio!" But I didn't look back, 'cause they all looked the same. Could I tell which one spoke? I thought no. A trip round the moor, well, it's what your heart's for. The space is so open, so wide. But don't feed the ponies, or stop for a chat, just in case you get took for a ride.